How you doing today?
Pretty good. How are you?
Great. Did you graduate this year from Saints?
I did.
Okay, that's great, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Did you play any sports there? Football,
Yeah.
obviously. Anything else?
I did rugby
Oh, nice.
for a year. And
Yeah, that's cool. Do you know Alex Agpawa? Any chance that name ring a bell? He was maybe 2 or 3 years older than you. Maybe, but he was on the rugby team, so I don't know maybe if you guys knew each other, but I graduated back from Saints in 03. But there's another guy on my team right now, Adam Sobieski. He went there too, and then John Israel, Joe Theobald. We got a couple of Saints guys that are careers with us. They've been working with us for 10, 15 years now. So anyway, I just always like to meet a fellow Saintsman. So anyway, is this for me or is this for you?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks very much. And Jose, my name again is Evan Keller. I'm the division manager. Today, this is really just a quick pre-screening process. So I can get a feel for who's applying for the position. And I'll be inviting some people back later on for what we call a main interview. So during the main interviews where I go over all the details of the position, the specifics where representatives do, and then that's actually how I make my final selection. So right now I just have a few quick questions for you, and then we'll go from there. Sound good? So right now, just so I know, are you looking for something more part-time around school? Are you looking for more full-time?
Part-time.
Okay, great. And you heard about us at the job fair, right?
Yeah.
Did you meet
Armando?
Jeremy and Armando?
Yeah, I met Armando, and they didn't really explain to me what this was. They said, hey, like they saw I was wearing another Saints shirt. He's like, you go to Saints? He's like, you know this guy? I was like, no, I don't. He's like, oh, okay, well he works for us. Why don't you sign up? And I was like, I didn't want to be rude. I was like, okay, sure. So I wasn't sure what it was.
You're here to check it out, and I'll make sure I explain what it is. It's hard to at a job fair. There's just so many people applying. So, but once I go over the detail of the position, if you were to be selected, you're looking for something part-time around school. You're going to Grossmont right now.
Yeah.
And you're studying physical therapy. What do you want to do? What do you want to do with that? You want to get done with school and work for a sports team?
I kind of want to like hospital PT, like the VA hospital. I volunteered there for a month.
Yeah.
And I got to work with them, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Why are you attracted to physical therapy?
I was always into sports and fitness. Fitness played a big role in my life because, like, when I was kind of younger, I was like really big. I was like already like middle school. I was like already 200 pounds.
Yeah.
And then I wound up like sophomore year, like dropping all the way to like 150.
Yeah.
And then
that's a big change.
Yeah. And then I got back up. So
great. So it made an impact for you. So you want to make an impact on others. That's great. If you were selected for a job with me, would this be your first job you'd ever have? Or have you ever?
First, pretty much job. A lot of that is volunteer.
I see. Do you still have to do that at Saints to graduate?
Yeah.
Okay, got what, 200 hours, 200 hours, something like that?
25 hours.
Only 25 hours for you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Either way. More, either way.
But yeah, I do way more, but I guess the camp that I've been working at, it's only during the summers or during the summertime, and I get paid then.
Got it.
That's
So this
the
would be your
only job.
first kind of quote real position if you were to
Yeah.
be selected. At your other positions though that you were doing your volunteering, were you working with people a lot one on one and
Yeah.
interacting with them in groups, or were you doing more one on one settings?
More one-on-one.
Okay, great. You feel pretty comfortable one on one, or
Yeah, I feel like once I get to know them, kind of, but it's weird. Like I've looked around. It's like I think you guys are selling knives, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I don't know. Like first contact, I'm a little shy, but then like when you get to know, it's like
if you warm up,
Yeah.
you get in your comfort zone. And
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So
Great. Well, everything here looks good. And I know you got a chance to briefly read through the position description, but our product Cutco, have you ever heard of it before?
I'm not.
Really? Okay. So it's been around since 1949, so almost 70 years now. It's a ton of nice stuff for the home and kitchen, which might be why you've never heard of it before. So most of our customers are married couples, people that cook at home for their kids and things like that, just kind of like average everyday type of person. And for me, basically what our representatives do is they work with customers one-on-one, sort of how we're sitting here today. They would explain our products, they would answer questions for the customers, help them pick out different options, help the customers place orders if they want to. But I'm not necessarily looking for anybody with experience. I'm more looking for someone that team player, positive attitude, someone that's open to learning. And so if you got all the proper training, do you think you'd be comfortable working with customers one-on-one if you got all the right training?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. If I got training to like figure out how to do it all, then yeah, I could.
Okay. And if what's the number one thing you're looking for in a job right now? Minus making money for school and books and things like that. What's the number one important thing for you to get out of a job right now at your age?
I just like get my foot in so much just to know what it's like.
Sure. Get some real experience on
Exactly,
the
yeah.
resume. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, everything here looks fine to me. I mean, the fact that you don't have any job experience doesn't detract from me having you be accepted for a position potentially. But I love the fact that you have a lot of volunteer experience, which is really good. I love getting a chance to meet Saintsmen. So that it's a good thing to know people that went to the same school. But I'd like to have you stick around for the main interview if you can, if you have the time today. So the main interview will start directly. I just have maybe one or two more applicants to meet with. And during the main interview, it takes about 35 minutes or 40 minutes. But that's where I go over all the details of the position. So what our representatives do, explain the product, how we pay our representatives, train them, the whole gamut. And if you have the time and you can stay for that today, I should actually have an answer for you likely by the end of the day. I'd be able to let you know if we have a position for you or not.
Okay.
Would you be able to stick around for that today?
I think I can. I'd have to check.
What's your next thing that you have?
School.
What time does school start for you?
I got one starting up at around 6:30.
You should be good. And if you're tight on time, when we finish, I can meet with you first when we get done, if that's easier for you. But I wouldn't anticipate you being out of here after 5 o'clock, something like that. So you should be good to go when we finish. And that way you can get all the details of the position and see if it's a good fit.
Okay.
That sound good?
Yeah.
So while I meet with the other applicants, if you just want to hang tight in the room and just grab a seat, and we'll get started in just a couple minutes. On the back of this, if you can, you have a pen, right?
Yeah.
So I'd recommend that you use this for the interview just to take notes on, and then you can take this with you when you leave just so you have all the information.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. Cool.
Jose, nice to meet you.
All right. Nice to meet you.
Okay, yeah, just grab a seat in there. We'll get started in a couple minutes, okay?
All right. Cool.
And I just want to grab a seat right there. It's fine. And it's Sabrina, right?
Yeah.
How are you doing today?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you very much. Did you find the office okay?
Yes, yeah, it's very easy.
Okay. All right, good. Sometimes people get a little turned around, so I just want to make sure. And Stefan, right? Is that
Yeah.
your last name?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, Sabrina, my name again is Evan Keller. I'm the division manager. Today is just a quick pre-screening process right now for me to get a feel for who's applying for the position. But I will be having some people come back later on for a main interview.
Okay.
And that's where I go over all the specific details of the
Mhm.
position. And that's where I decide whether I'd like to work with someone or not.
Yeah.
But for right now, I just have a few basic questions and we'll go from there. So just so I know, are you looking for something part-time?
Yes,
Right now?
part-time. Yeah.
Okay. And are you currently enrolled at SDSU?
Yes.
That's great. And you are from Brazil.
I'm from Brazil.
That's great. Did
Yeah.
you move here in?
I just got here in August.
Oh, welcome to San Diego.
Thank you.
How do you like it so far?
I love it. I really love it. It's the best city. It's way different than Brazil, but in a good way.
Yeah. I've never been to Brazil. It's on my list.
Yeah, it's
But-
a great place for tourism.
Yeah.
We have beautiful beaches. And
Yeah.
it's amazing over there.
What brings you out here? Just going to school at State or?
Since I was a kid, I always dreamed of living here, and I came here as a tourist with my parents like 4 times, I guess. And I always wanted to study here. So in my home university in Brazil, they have partnerships with universities all over the world.
Right.
So I always knew I wanted to study abroad. Now that I'm here, I really don't want to go back.
Sure. I think that's
So,
common for a lot of people.
Yeah, so I'm doing everything I can to stay here.
And you're studying international business at State right now?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Monday, Wednesday class until 5, Tuesday, Thursday class. So you're looking for something kind of around school or weekends or something like that for your schedule, or
Yeah,
what are you looking for?
looking for part-time because as an international student, I'm not allowed to work more than 20 hours a week. So that's why the part-time or internship. And I have a random schedule.
Yeah.
So I was looking for something that was flexible so
Sure.
I could manage both things.
Yeah. That's so many of our students. They enjoy that about the position.
Yeah,
They
because
set their
I'm
own
on
schedule.
the end of my course, so I can pick a lot of my classes. I just have to accept what they have.
Mm.
So that's why on Mondays and Wednesdays I have class all day long, but I have little breaks between classes. It's not enough to move to go somewhere, but it's enough to log in my computer and do something.
Mhm.
So that's why. And Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays I don't have class in the afternoon, so I have free afternoon to like move. If I have to come to the office, I can come. If I don't,
Right.
it's more flexible. in those days.
Excellent. And how do you work when you're out here? Do you have a visa? Do you have a social
I have
for
a
out
visa.
here? Or?
I have a visa. I don't have social security number.
Okay.
I can apply for one once I get a job, but before that I can't.
Interesting. You have to have a job first before you can apply
Yeah,
for a
it's
social.
like
Okay.
I have to have both at the same time.
Interesting.
I know I can only have a job if I have a social security, but I can only enter the security process if I have a job. So it's kind of
Understood.
like that.
Okay.
But I am allowed. I don't need sponsorship because I am a student. So as long as it's something related to my course or something that can add and can be argumented like educational, like I'm learning something out of it.
Yeah.
I don't need sponsorship from the company because I already have it in the university.
I
So it's
Okay.
pretty simple.
Great. And your last position,
Right, it
you
was
were
the company in Brazil,
a manager at what's that called?
Maxima Sul. Maxima Sul.
Maxima Sol.
Yeah,
Okay. And-
Brazilian names.
yeah, I knew I was going to struggle with it. So you were working with people there. You were working
Yeah.
one-on-one, working with a team.
Yeah, I was working with a team. It was a small company, around 20 people. And at first it was a family company. And I got the job and a lot of people moved and they kind of rebuilt the corporate
Mhm.
group. And I started as an assistant. I had no experience at all. Like I knew what I learned in college, but nothing practical. And I learned everything from my boss and from my colleagues.
Great.
And I learned so fast that I grew inside the company and I became manager. I was the youngest on the company and
That's
I
great.
was
Good for you.
yeah, I was leading the team and it put me in some difficult positions sometimes because I had to manage and deal with older people than me and sometimes they look down at me like
Sure.
no, I'm not respecting you because you're too young.
Of course.
And I had to like impose something like, hey, you need to respect me. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm younger than you, but I'm here for reasons because I learned, because I studied, and I
Right.
worked hard to get here.
Mhm.
So I struggled in the beginning, but then I could make everybody respect me, and
You found your stride.
not being the bossy one, but like, hey, let's work as a team and do it together. I'm not bossing you around. I just want to help here.
Common new manager struggle.
Yeah.
I understand. Okay. Well, everything here looks fine for me, Sabrina.
Okay.
The position you're applying for with us is called is an entry-level customer sales and service position. The product that we work with is called Cutco, which we sell mainly just in America. So are you familiar with the product at all? Have you ever heard of Cutco?
It's cutlery, right?
Yeah.
And knives.
Are you familiar?
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I researched it before. So.
Okay, cool. So it's a lot of nice stuff for the home and kitchen. Most of our customers are married couples, so our representatives, they work with customers one-on-one, face-to-face, kind of like how we're sitting here today. And they go over products, answer questions, help customers place orders if they choose to. Our representatives can sit down with customers one-on-one, face-to-face, but they can also sit down with customers virtually too through an online appointment where some customers are more comfortable just kind of buying online like that as well. And we do have a way for people to kind of move up. We have management positions, et cetera, et cetera. So there's opportunities for people to do that. But provided you got all the proper training, do you feel like working with customers one-on-one and working with products and answering questions, do you feel like that would be something that you could do?
Yeah, it's totally fine. It was actually something that I used to do in my former job. I wasn't a salesperson, but we were there to support our clients.
Yeah.
So anytime they had any doubt on the process, expert process, what do I have to do with documents? What does it mean? They called us. So we had a lot of Skype contact, calling contact. Sometimes I got to visit some clients. It was more difficult because they were spread all over the country. But the closest ones we could visit, and it was pretty cool, like answering questions and helping them find the right solution, the right process for them. So
excellent. Okay. Well, tell you what, Sabrina, everything here, like I said, it looks fine for right now. And today is just a quick pre-screening process. So I'm going to meet with applicants the rest of the evening time today. And is this number here the best number to get a hold of you at, the 642-8536?
Yeah,
That's your cell.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So the way it works is that we have a lot of people that are coming in and applying, obviously. So I will be doing some callbacks for main interviews throughout the week. So today's Tuesday. So I would say if you haven't heard back from me by, I would say Thursday before noon, then you should just assume I found somebody else for the position and I would continue your job search. But if you do hear from me before noon, then it's usually good news. I'd have you come in for a main interview, which will take a bit longer, and I go over specific details, pay and training, etc., and then make my selections from there. That sound good?
I'll look forward for a call.
Great. So this is all I need for today. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Time.
Let me walk you out, okay? When you exit to, I'm just but just straight down the hall right there.
Okay.
Yeah, so nice to meet you. Yeah, have a good rest of your day. Thanks. And if you want to grab a seat, thank you.
So I would first like to apologize about the flip-flops and shorts. I came here today on like a trip and don't have a lot of appropriate clothing for an interview.
So don't even worry about it.
Just preface with that.
I appreciate
I
you
would
saying
normally put something else on.
No problem.
All right, cool.
Well, and you prefer John or Jonathan?
I go by John.
John, okay. Well, John, my name is Evan Keller, and I'm the division manager. This is just a quick pre-screening process.
Cool.
Get a feel for who's applying. I'll be inviting some people back for main interviews later on. The main interviews where I go over the specific details of the position in terms of what our representatives would be doing. So right now I just have a few basic questions and we'll go from there. So the first thing is, right now, are you looking for something part-time? Are you looking for something more full-time right now?
What I'm looking for right now is not specific. I work seasonally up in Alaska.
Yes.
May to September. I put in a lot of hours up there. Make enough to survive over the year and like decently, like without needing more, but then I end up back to zero. So this is the first year since I started working seasonally that I am trying to work in the off season as well.
Okay.
So I'm looking for work depending on the pay. It would be part-time or full-time, depending on how I'm compatible with it and all these things. So up in the air about it right now. I'm more here to inquire about it, kind of get a better understanding of exactly, because I got a message from
a random text,
exactly, saying your friend said you might be interested. And the friend is someone I have a similar personality with.
Who's your friend?
His name is Nano Juliano Flores back home. But yeah, Milano Flores. Yeah. He's up in Alaska actually, so
Awesome.
he's there right now.
Okay. Well, then let me, as far as that goes, I mean, as far as part-time, full-time, et cetera, let me just go in a little bit of detail in terms of what we do, and if it's of interest to you, then we go a little further. So the position you're applying for is an entry-level customer sales and service position, and our representatives work with Cutco products. Are you familiar with Cutco?
I've done some research. I was at the airport and
Okay.
in the parking lot, and that's the extent of.
Great.
Yeah.
So you gathered that it was knives.
Yes,
Okay,
I
great.
did gather that.
So it's not our only product. We have all different kinds of things for the home and kitchen, and our representatives. I'm essentially looking for representatives that can sit down with customers one-on-one. Typically, how we're sitting here today, where they would go over products with them, answer questions, help them place orders if they chose to. Also, a lot of our representatives do online appointments as well, where they'll walk customers through our website and presentation and everything, kind of describe the benefits of our product to them. Our representatives, when they start working with us right out of the gate, they do not do any cold calling, they don't do any telemarketing, they don't do any door-to-door knocking in neighborhoods or anything like that. Our representatives actually only work through recommendations from other customers, sort of like how you were referred by a friend to the position. That's how our customers get the product as well too. So our representatives go through a training here at our office. We have a 2-day training at our office where we teach all the basics on how to do the position. We have a lot of other training representatives can be a part of to get better at the job. But when our representatives are brand new, when they finish training, the very first people that they'll do appointments with out of the gates are people who they know from practice. We call those training or practice appointments.
So the format, sorry to interrupt, but the meaning of those appointments is for training.
Yeah, so the representatives, our base rate of pay is $18, and that's guaranteed for every appointment that a representative does, regardless if a sale was made. So we don't want to have a pressure environment with any customer or rep, for that matter. But we do have an incentive structure too, right? So representatives who perform and sell our product obviously can do a lot better, of course, which is the goal. But those representatives on those training appointments, those customers are not required to purchase at all. So there's no obligation. But our representatives will work through recommendations, and we teach them how to do this process as well, sort of like a real estate agent might do their work, or a financial planner, where they'll be referring to one customer to the next, and we'll show them how to do that. Our representatives set their own schedule every single week, and our part-time representatives right now on my team probably do somewhere between 5 and 10 appointments a week.
Yeah.
My more full-time people do maybe somewhere around 15 or 20 appointments.
So this is 5 to 10 appointments a week with people they know.
Well, not for
You guys kind of-
perpetuity. So when they see people they know, let's say they practice with 10 or 15 people, we will show them how to get recommendations from those people who will refer them to more and more and more, et cetera. So on average, our representatives get recommended to 5 people from each appointment that they do. It's a company average, but we have some on my team that can obviously do much better than that, just like any kind of business. But we teach them how to do that process, and then they can set up their appointments, whatever works for them during the week. So we have some people that work part-time with us around school, some people that work around another job, and then I have 10, 15 career reps that work with me, and that's
That's like their full time.
that's what they do full-time. Most of them are done with school, like yourself, and,
Yeah.
and that's what they do full-time. So
How many people do you have working here right now?
right now I run this. I run the divisions. I have several offices. I have 9 offices total. So if you figure out each office has a team of about 15 or 20 people, something like that. In San Diego, our team's a little larger. We have a few more people on our team. But that's the basic gist of the position. Does that sound like even something that would be up your alley? Would you like more information about that?
I mean, it sounds like something I've never done before. So is it up my alley? I don't know. I mean, I sell Alaska. Like my job for 5 months out of the year is to sell the state of Alaska and keep people compelled to be interested for 8 hours on a train about Alaska, which I think is easy because I love Alaska.
Right.
And so I'm not a salesman, but I sell this place I work at.
As long as you like it, right? As
And I
long
mean,
as you
so for me,
believe in it.
it's also difficult to imagine my network of people scheduling appointments with them or not. Just people I know. That's
Common concern when people are brand new, for sure. So through the training process, I think that becomes a little more clear. And I've been here for 15 years and worked with, you name it, right? All different types of people from all different walks of life. And if they follow our program, I believe they can be successful. So what we could do for you, if you like, I can have you stick around for the main interview today. But the main interview will take 35 or 40 minutes. Not too long, but I'll go over all the details. So that way it'll answer every question you could possibly have. I'll talk about the product, the pay, the training, everything that we have. And then afterwards I'll meet with you and then you can let me know based on more information if you think it's something up your alley, and then I can decide if it can be a good fit for the team, and then we can go from there if you'd like to do that.
And theoretically the training would be, is there a time frame of
Sure.
the training needs to be on?
Yeah, of course.
The next like week, or can it be?
Yeah, it depends. It depends. So first, I think we have people that will start training with us this week or next week. Some of them, everyone's schedule is a little bit different in terms of what we need, what they need. So I think what's best is you can go through the main interview with myself, and we can go through all the basic details.
And then cross that bridge.
I think that's the best way to do it.
And when is the main interview?
But right now, I'm going to have one other applicant get met with right now, and then I'm going to start with you gentlemen, and then I'll go over all the details of the company, product, how we pay, how we get our customers, basically the position, what you're interviewing for in more detail, and then I'll meet with everybody one-on-one after, so I can answer any follow-up questions for you then.
Sounds good. I'll stick around.
Great. Okay. So very nice to meet you.
Awesome, man.
I'm going to give you this too, John. If you got a pen with you, if you just want to use this for notes and questions on the back too during the interview, I find it helpful. And if you just want to grab a seat, we'll get started soon. All right. Great. Thanks very much.
Of course.
Well, we don't. I know you get lots of stuff, but I feel much closer around at all. But you want to get all the information and see it. That's fine. But you feel like it afterwards, you're very fresh. We'll get started. Okay. All right.